Max was going to defer to older brother, even though older brother is only 15 minutes older. Showing you, Roy Jones, what a strong cultural trait that is in Eastern Europe.
Yes, very strong cultural trait. Back in the early biblical times, the older brother always had first dibs on everything. So the older brother automatically was the boss. In this case, they adhered to the same thing, the same concept. And, you know, these guys are so nice that I couldn't see one guy not backing up for the other. That's just how they live.
And also, Gennady had the style that I think they both recognized, that everyone recognized, would translate better at the box office in the pros. Max was apparently a more technical fighter than...
大家好，老师从业中医男科30余年，帮助了数千名海内外华人朋友通过中药调理重回男性雄风。如果你也存在房事时间短、勃起无力、硬度差、中途疲软、肾虚、前列腺炎等问题，现在就加中医老师微信574-993-200，纯中药，一人一方，治根治本，帮助你持续坚挺20至40分钟，补肾壮阳，延时助勃，彻底告别快男软男。记住微信574-993-200。
By being fan-friendly in and outside the ring, and fortunately, he is. He has a fan-friendly style in and out of the ring.
Well, this feels like a love-in Carson, California. Not terribly far from where he trains in Big Bear, California. And Golovkin makes clear that he is planning to move here to Southern California next year, bringing his wife and 5-year-old son over from Stuttgart. He says he wants to make the move now so that his son can go to first grade in an American school.
It's going to be interesting to see the crowd response here in Southern California. An Eastern European fighting a Mexican fighter. If Gennady can win this crowd, he'll have really done something.
Notable wins. TKO 3, TKO 8, KO 3, TKO 10 again. 18 knockouts in a row. Highest knockout percentage of any middleweight titleist in history. Highest knockout percentage of any prominent fighter in the sport at this moment. And on the thrill meter, definitely number one. Let's go to Michael Buffer for the official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, from StubHub Center, Carson, California, USA, this is the main event of the evening. And it's all brought to you by K2 Promotions in association with Promociones de Pueblo and Samson Boxing. Sponsored by Expo 2017 and Tricamo.com. 12 rounds of boxing for the middleweight championship of the world. Sanctioned by the IBO, the WBA for its super title, and the WBC for the mandatory challenge to their world title. This fight held under the auspices of the California State Athletic Commission, Chairman John Frierson, Executive Director Andy Foster. Because of weighing in above the middleweight limit, the challenger will be officially unable to capture the title if victorious. At ringside, the 3 judges scoring this bout, Raul Caiz Sr., Max DeLuca, and Robert Hoy. And inside the ring, in charge of the action at the bell, your referee, Jack Reese. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the fighters are in the ring and ready. Are you ready? For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Fighting out of the blue corner with his trainer Robert Garcia wearing black and officially weighing in at 161 3/4 pounds. His professional record, an outstanding one, consisting of 59 victories, including 52 wins by knockout, with 6 defeats and 1 draw. From Torreón, Coahuila, Mexico, the former WBF Super Middleweight World Champion and former WEC Interim World Champion, El Veneno, Marco Antonio Rubio. And fighting out of the red corner with his trainer, Abel Sanchez, wearing blue, official weight, 159 pounds. Since capturing an Olympic medal, he has a perfect professional record. 30 fights, 30 victories, including 27 KOs with 17 consecutive KOs to date. His 90% knockout ratio, the highest in middleweight champions history. From Karaganda, Kazakhstan, the reigning, defending middleweight champion of the world, Gennady Triple G Golovkin.
Both instructions in the dressing room. I just want to remind you, listen, obey my commands at all time, protect yourself at all time. God bless both of you and good luck.
Triple G is the monster that everyone's come out to see. So far, against second-tier opposition, the best guys that would get in the ring with him, he's either met expectations or exceeded them every time out.
You ready?
This might be his biggest fight so far. Can he do it again?
Rubio's just a little bit longer and, of course, 3 inches taller.
Well,
And unofficially outweighs Golovkin 8 pounds. Yes, Roy?
in our first fight, I said at some point in the fight that Donaire needed to do something to change the momentum of the fight. Rubio has to do something immediately to change the tempo of the fight.
Meaning land something significant.
To get some respect, because if he doesn't, Gennady Golovkin will walk right through you.
Rubio can punch, and he's experienced.
Everybody talks about Golovkin's power punching. He lands more jabs per round than any top fighter in the sport. An average of 11 jabs landed per round. Fighters throw a lot of jabs, generally don't land them at a very high percentage. His body punching has also been known to be devastating.
He also keeps his chin tucked well, controls distance well, cuts the ring well.
350 amateur fights, 30 pro fights, never knocked down.
Very economical, a guy that doesn't waste a lot of punches, and he's fighting this fight pretty smart from the start. He's standing right in, not wasting a lot of energy, because he knows that Rubio, with the experience factor, probably expects to take him the distance or try to get him in that deep water, which is what we call the late rounds.
Rubio's landed a couple of pretty good shots. Backed Golovkin up at one point with a jab, lands a hard right to the body there.
When Golovkin jabs, his right hand comes out a little bit too to catch a counter, and it's discouraging for his opponent.
There are 2 thudding right hands upstairs by Golovkin, the second of which backs Rubio up a couple steps.
Good thing for Rubio was that he blocked both of them, and that's probably why he kept that weight advantage, so that he can withstand this type of an onslaught.
Golovkin's critics say he's too available to be hit. He hasn't been tested. And at some point, you expect to see something bad happen, and we'll find out how he deals with adversity. But it hasn't happened yet.
Let him go, fight out.
Even though the Dodgers have been knocked out of postseason baseball, Golovkin has a Dodger logo on his trunks, hoping to help build a little more affection here in Southern California.
And Adrian Gonzalez is in the crowd, Dodger first baseman.
Oh, hard hook and a right hand by Golovkin. Rubio comes back with a right hand of his own.
Yeah, he did answer that right back immediately.
Like a pro.
Yes, he did. Like a seasoned veteran.
And Golovkin seems to know that Rubio can punch a little bit.
He does.
How'd you feel it? How'd you feel it? Okay? How'd you feel the power? No, nothing good. So now what you have to do, when you throw, blend your knees, No, don't let him. Don't let him fake you. Don't let him fake you. Don't lead it up. Close it up when you're on the inside. On the inside. On the inside. Those punches. And push him back. Push him back. Send him back with those punches.
Okay, we got to be inside first. We got 3 or 4 rounds to practice and do the things we want to do. Right? Okay, Max.
He see Gennady coming forward. They exchange hooks, then he lands an overhand right, followed by another overhand right. Probably his best 2 punches, but Rubio did try to answer back with the right uppercut.
Yeah, Rubio speared him with that right uppercut, answering back effectively, but CompuBox numbers in round 1. Golovkin 30 out of 71, Rubio 15 out of 59. GGG with a 16-10 edge in power shots.
Good right hand from Rubio.
No great power puncher is an immaculate defender, and Golovkin is no different than that. So far, his chin has withstood everything, and right now he's getting to throw. But power shots at Rubio.
He talks not only of his Mexican style, Golovkin, but of his predator instinct, and you can see it there. He's always looking to attack and to hurt.
Rubio working to the body, getting in a couple of good shots. Golovkin comes back to the body and gets in a better shot.
So they exchanged some really good body shots in that last exchange. Oh, good uppercut.
Hard uppercut by Golovkin. Momentarily wobbled Rubio. Now he's got him pinned against the ropes.
And see how he varies here.
Predator at work. Down goes Rubio.
Touch, touch, touch. Smash.
Left hook smash.
7, 8, 9, 10.
Second round knockout. He didn't make it up.
Rubio is indicating that he didn't hear the count or that something happened to the back of his head, but it looked to me, Roy, like he'd had enough. He didn't want to get up.
It had the feel of a short count, but it didn't look as though he was alert enough to get up. What did you say, Roy?
Well, I thought he was alert enough. I just think he laid there thinking he had more time, and I don't think he had as much time as he thought that he had.
Academic, really.
Yes, it was only a matter of time. It's always just a matter of time. Second round knockout. And with a little shrug and a big hug, Rubio shows his respect for Gennady Golovkin. Mexican style.
You know, I got to say, considering here in Southern California, so many fans showing up, Mexican fighter and in front of a lot of Mexican-American fight fans here, doesn't make weight. Rubio, real nice guy, a good career so far, doesn't make weight, doesn't fight back to the extent that maybe you thought he would, and seems to have been content to lay on the canvas once he was knocked down. A little bit surprising and less than perfectly satisfying.
And suggests that he didn't really think he had a chance. He fought as though he thought he had a chance. He was firing right hands.
Well, this uppercut right here, as you see from Triple G, a left hook to the head followed by a beautiful right uppercut. That will make you quickly realize that maybe you don't have a chance, and maybe you have stepped in a fire a little bit more hotter than you expected it to be. Followed by a beautiful body shot. Then he continues the attack. But that right uppercut was a devastating shot, and then down he goes from the left hook.
And maybe that is to Golovkin's credit that he could beat the fight out of a real fighter like Rubio seemingly so easily.
And look at how he adjusted the arc on the left hook
that's what Rubio
to get
said.
it over Rubio's guard.
He said he hit me in the top of the head. He sure did, and he seemed like he jammed your neck down to where your chin was supposed to be. And my goodness, what a power shot that guy can throw.
Here's Michael Buffer with the official particulars on the knockout. He's looking at the replay and enjoying it just like us.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 1 minute and 19 of round number 2. The winner by knockout victory. His record now, 31 fights, 31 victories, 28 knockouts, 18 consecutive knockouts to date. And he is still the undefeated middleweight champion of the world, Gennady Triple G Golovkin.